We, in our lives today, are trying to create our own versions of heaven. And we hold on to it with such attachment that we can't think beyond. Bhagavan says, aim higher. No papam, no heaven, no hell, no coming back. Focus on our highest identity as the Supreme Soul, and suddenly the attachments, the fears, the anxiety of outcomes being achieved dissolves. Every religion has some concept of heaven. Why should we act? All religions say, well, because we want to go to heaven. But what if I told you that there is a goal higher than heaven? This is what Bhagavan Sri Krishna reveals in the Bhagavad Gita. You will remember how Arjuna refuses to fight, saying that by fighting he may go to hell. Of course, Hinduism has concepts of what we in English might call heaven or hell. But in Sanskrit, in our philosophical culture, there are many realms that are known as the higher realms, like Bhuva, Swa, Tapaha. There are also the lower realms like Patal, Talatal, Rasatal, and we go to these realms not as some form of reward or punishment, but by the nature of karma that we create in our lifetimes. On earth, as you sow, so shall you reap. But that reaping might not always be in this realm, in this lifetime. That we need to go somewhere else to reap what we have sown. And so this cycle continues endlessly. Good karma takes us to higher realms, less good karma takes us to lower realms. We exhaust that karma, come back to earth and need to live our life over here. But how many lifetimes will we go through even in the highest realms? Bhagavan criticizes this. Kamat manaf swarga paraha janma karma falapradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishvarya gatim prati bhogaishvarya prasaktanam taya pahruta chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhihi samadhaun vidhiyate. Criticizing people who are aiming just for heaven, for some reward that is to come from their actions. Bhagavan says, full of desire, having heaven as their goal, they utter flowery words which promise new birth as the reward of their actions. But why won't they progress? If we have a limited goal, we will always have anxiety. And to Arjuna, who is suffering in the throes of anxiety, Bhagavan says, give up this idea that you are to achieve heaven. Because even that goal is limited. We, in our lives today, are trying to create our own versions of heaven. And we hold on to it with such attachment that we can't think beyond. We can't have a goal beyond just this worldly achievement that we might need. Bhagavan says, very simply, aim higher. Because in holding on to these attachments, in holding on to these limited goals, we limit our abilities. We plant the seeds of our own anxiety. So if we have to overcome, then we must aim higher. How do we aim higher? Well, Bhagavan says, don't focus on the outcome, but focus on the identity in which we act. So me, for example, I may do good things and aim for heaven. I may work hard at my job and aim for a promotion. I may go to the gym and get fit and aim to attract a partner. Bhagavan says, in all of these actions, what is common? The common denominator is I. Don't change the action, change the I. Work on that I, that consciousness that does everything. Think about it. In the middle of the battlefield, Arjuna, who is about to fight, who knows all of the art of warfare, is not being given guidance on how he should string the bow or how he should shoot the arrow. He is being told, focus on your consciousness, focus on your identity. In the same way, Bhagavan is not sat here to judge what we do in our day-to-day lives. He trusts that we know what we need to do. What he says is focus on the inner identity. How should one focus on this inner identity? Sukha dukkhe same krutva labha labhao jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam avapsyasi. having made pleasure and pain, gain and loss, victory and defeat the same, engage in battle for the sake of battle. Thus, you will incur no sin, no papam, no heaven, no hell, no coming back. Focus on our highest identity as the Supreme Soul, and suddenly the attachments, the fears, the anxiety of outcomes being achieved dissolves. How do we make this shift? Well, this is what Bhagwan refers to as Karma Yoga, and this is what we will explore from the next video onwards. Thank you for watching our videos. If you've got until this point, I'm guessing that you're getting some value from the content that I'm sharing. Of course, sharing the message of the Bhagavad Gita and making it practical and applicable to our day-to-day lives is my seva, my service to Bhagwan. But if you're wondering how you can serve, what seva you can perform, maybe you can serve those around you by sharing this message and encouraging them to subscribe. The more people who subscribe to this channel, the more chance we have to reach millions of Hindus and millions of people across the world who can benefit from the life-changing message of Bhagavan Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita.